So hello everyone and welcome back down the plot. Today it's a little belated, but I'm going to be planting my potatoes out. So I cleared a couple of beds a few weeks ago and I've had my potatoes for ages, just haven't got around to planting them. So that's what I'll be up to today. So these are going to be going on to plot 64. We're at the back of the plot and we've got these two beds here which are going to be my potato beds. Let's go and have a quick look at all the varieties that I'm going to be sowing. So as you can see, we've got quite a few potatoes to get in. So we'll start with these. These are the Red Duke of York. These are early potatoes. As you can see, they're sprouting well in the bag as it is. Next, we've got some main crop, which are the organic Sarpe Mira. The green Dobby's bag is one that I found at home that I think is from last year, but the potatoes actually still look pretty reasonable. So I'm going to put those in with this year's Sarpos. And we've got the same with the pink fir apple. This is probably one of my, I'd say, favourite potatoes. I've not really eaten many, but they just seem a bit funky. The ones that I have eaten have been really, really nice. We've also got on offer a couple of interesting looking ones. These should have been £5 a bag and they were £1 and £1.49, which is why I've got these. These are from the Dolly Signature Collection. Then we've got Blue Congo and we've got Mayan Rose. So it'd be interesting to grow those. I've never grown them before. I wouldn't pay £5 for a bag of them, but for £1 or £1.50 they're worth a go. And the last ones that I've got are just some potatoes that I had at home that have sprouted a bit too much to be eaten at home. So I thought I'd plant those and give them a go. We've got some Maris Piper and a couple of different varieties of baking potato. And the tool that we're going to be using is this tool here from Wolfgarten. This is almost like a plough attachment. It kind of digs up rows, moves the soil to the side, and just makes it a bit easier to get your potatoes in. So let's get started. So I very sensibly didn't bring my tripod along again, so I'm going to have to kind of show you a very wobbly handheld version. But literally with this, all you do is kind of dig it down, pull it along in the ground, and you can see it digs a nice trench in the ground for you, ready to stick your potatoes in. And here we go, there's the first bed that I've had a go at. Been going probably 5 or 10 minutes. And as you can see, we've got 5 nice trenches. Admittedly, not particularly straight, but that doesn't really matter. And these should be deep enough to stick my potatoes in. I can imagine with a spade that would have probably taken a good half hour or so, something like that. But with this Wolfgarten tool, as I say, 5 or 10 minutes, fairly easy work as well. Right, let's go on the other side. And there we go, another 5-10 minutes in. And we've got this second bed trenched out as well. So 15-20 minutes work and we have trenched 2 beds ready to stick potatoes in. So I'm going to get on with that. So here we go, all the potatoes are in the ground. I'm going to have to record this bit because I was very clever and forgot to bring any labels with me. So I'm going to have to go around, say which each one is, and then come back and label it at a later date after I've watched the video back so I know which is where. So the front 2 rows are both Red Duke of York, which are early potatoes. Then on this side, the next 2 are pink fir apple, and we've got a mixture of the old and new seed potatoes in there. And then the rear 2 over here are Sarpe Mira, again a mixture of old and new seed potatoes. Then coming over to the other side, this first row we've got Mayan Rose, which is the main crop. The next row is the Blue Congo main crops. This next row is the shop bought leftover Maris Piper potatoes. This next one is a mixture of kind of your everyday potatoes that you get from Tesco's or Aldi or wherever. And I think the variety of these was Electra, and there might be one or two other random potatoes in there. And as I said at the start, that one's a Red Duke of York. So all that's left now is to cover these over and well, wait for some potatoes. And there we go, that is all the potatoes planted and covered up. So what I've done before I've covered these up is I've also added some potato fertilizer, which, surprise surprise, I got in a cheap shop reduced because the shop was shutting down. You know, I like to save as much money as I can when it comes to down here. And what I did with these trenches is I just used that trenching tool and kind of folded in either side of each trench with that tool, and it's filled them in beautifully. Now, I know a lot of people do kind of plant potatoes in mounds and earth them up. Certainly, for instance, my plot next door neighbour, and many others do. I would do that if I was planting them a bit earlier, because I think the best kind of reason to be earthing up potatoes is when there's still a risk of frost. So as the foliage grows up, you kind of bury it again, which kind of protects it from the frost a bit. I think given that we're halfway through June, halfway through May even, we should hopefully be over the frosts. So certainly for ease, I've kind of just covered them over completely. I've done that before and it's worked really well. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I'm going to get on watering these, and that'll be potatoes done. So that's it for today. That's my potatoes all planted as I planned. Fertilizer in, everything like that, and it's probably taken me less than an hour really, so I'm quite pleased with that. I'm going to get on watering these, and then hopefully in a couple of months or slightly longer we should have some potatoes that we can pick and add to our plate. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Take care. Happy allotmenting.